Hello, everybody. Long time no see. I'm just testing it out if you guys can see me, if you guys can hear me. And I just want to see if we can hop in and talk boxing. But I'm not sure if there's sports going on right now. Is there any other sports going on right now? I don't know if there's baseball on tonight. I fell off the baseball game hard. I'm actually not sure if there's any other sports today, but I am watching pro box. Why do I look so blurred and white? I actually don't like that very much. But hello, let me know what you guys thought of this weekend's fights. Let me see if I can change the settings because I look super white. Do I look less white? So I'm picking a day to go live, a day of the week, whether that be Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, any day of the week except Saturday because I'm actually gonna be at the fights. But I know Fury, the Tyson Fury card's coming up. That would be cool to have like a fight party for it, whether it be like virtual or just we all click we either all go in the live or we just do like a Zoom. But I thought that'd be cool to do like a Fury versus Usyk viewing party. I think that would be cool, but I'm not sure how you guys would feel about that. Or hi Antonio Frausto. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, the next event that I'm gonna cover is actually I'm gonna look at the ESPN schedule. I don't know what event I'm gonna cover next, other than the August 3rd. Oh no, well June 15, right? The card with what's here, my Tank and Benavides. I'm gonna cover that one for sure. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna cover a couple cards. I'm really excited for the August 3rd card. Um, the June 15th card with Tank and Benavides, I'm excited for. So those are the two cards that I know for a fact right now that I'm covering for sure. But as for everything else, I don't even know what's going on. So if you guys are going to any fights, let me know what fights you guys are going to because I just know the ones that I went to the press conference. But I really wanted to ask what you guys thought about Canelo because I'm hearing so many different things. There's people saying, he looked great. He showed that he's still the king. Like, go King Canelo. Woohoo, King Canelo. And there's other people like, man, fuck this bum. Like, he's just using Munguia to, like, look better. And why is he fighting Munguia? He's a bum. And then there's other people who claim that Munguia sold the fight, right? It's what are they called? They fake the whole thing. It's boxing is fake or whatever. So I just want to know what people think of Canelo's performance because I think most people are cool with Munguia, and I think the only reason why most people are cool with Munguia is because he did better than most people expected, right? And he he actually came through on his promise of going toe to toe with Canelo. So I will give him props for that. So I think Munguia is fine. But Canelo is the one that I'm hearing a lot of mixed things about. So I know on Instagram, the crowd over there on Instagram, at least on my end, is very pro Canelo. Like you can't say anything about Canelo or it's about to be 5-page essays on your comment section. So I know that's the general. They love Canelo more on Instagram. Twitter's more like Benavides, like Team Benavides. But yeah, see, Latino for Life. I see people saying this that he carried him, but at the same time, didn't Canelo predict that he was gonna knock out Munguia in the 8th round? So that's why I'm like, wait, what would he get out of not knocking out Munguia? You know what I mean? Like, what does he gain out of that? That's my thing. Because I know they have that clip. Actually, I think I have that clip. Let me pull it up. Because it does look that way. It looks like he very much holds him up. He steps back. He lets Munguia bam himself off the ropes and walk forward. So, yes, right? It's weird. But at the same time, Canelo is the guy who fights in spurts. Is the guy that, like, gets tired in the second half of the fight. So I don't know what to think of it, honestly, because he does look tired, but at the same time, he just looks like, you know, he is hurting. So let me see, because I know Dan Raphael shared it. So I'm gonna let me see if I got it, because I got it on my bookmarks. Can y'all see? Y'all can see my bookmarks, right? So I have it right here.
So the scorecards again, like you did in the last 4 fights.
Basically, they just come around like, why would he not just throw an uppercut right there, like another uppercut? That's why I don't understand. And I get it. I get when people are like, no, it doesn't look like that. It looks like he should have been knocked out. Because this whole time, the ref's not even in the way. Like the whole time, the ref's like not there at all. The ref's not even involved. And then Canelo just kind of lets him turn around. And so, yeah, to me, it's just like, why? What's the point of that? It makes no sense to me in the way that, like, if anything, people are going to say that Canelo couldn't even knock out Munguia, who is probably going to, I don't know, he has really good chin, now that I think about it. But that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't know. But he respected him, but see, I can see that, but then why predict it? Because he said, I predict. And when was the last time Canelo not only predicted a knockout, when was the last time Canelo actually got a knockout? I think the last time Canelo got a knockout was against Caleb Plant, if I'm not mistaken. So I would love to see him fight Benavidez, Latino for life. I don't know. I don't care who wins. I hope they fight. Canelo has been the type to be annoyed about the fact always that fans ask him for fights, whether it be Lara or, you know, back then, whether it be Triple G. You know, he's like, oh yeah, we're asking me for Billy Ho Saunders and what's his other names for his Caleb Smith. I don't remember anybody asking for those fights. Like, good for him that he got those fights because he needed them to unify and to become undisputed at 168. But like, if he wouldn't have fought Caleb Smith or like Billy Joe, be bold, Triple G a third time, I don't think any of us would have like cared about that. So when he says that, I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, nobody asked you. I think it is gonna be Berlanga, because who else? Who else? Let's be honest. If it's not Benavidez, who else? Let's look at the rankings. How about that? Because at 168, I really don't see who else it could be if it's not Munguia, right? I mean, if it's not Benavidez, he already fought Munguia. So let's see. You know what? Let me share the screen. That's actually a good thing. What is the possibility? What could possibly what could Canelo do next, right? So let's see. He's not fighting David. I would like a David Morrell fight, but I feel like for Canelo that'd be like low reward, high risk, right? And then he's gonna say that, like, if he's not giving Benavidez a chance, you think he's gonna give fucking David Morrell a chance, especially because David Morrell, even though he's already ranked number 3 according to ESPN, and a lot of people hold him in high regard because we've seen his knockouts on PBC. You're not gonna fight David Morrell. Like, you're not. I mean, do you guys think Canelo's gonna fight David Morrell? I don't think Canelo would fight David Morrell, but that's just me though. Like, that's very, very high risk, low reward. Maybe in Billy, but he just got signed to Top Rank, I believe. So Canelo would have to go with Top Rank to fight Christian and Billy. And obviously, Canelo doesn't have any issue, it seems, finding a home anywhere. But and then Diego Pacheco is not going to fight that guy because Diego Pacheco is one of the guys that Eddie Hearn's currently bringing up. But with Canelo, if he does fight with Eddie Hearn, it's going to be Berlanga because Eddie Hearn just signed Berlanga. Well, sometime last year. Boo Boo Andre, I mean, I guess, but no, he's like, you just want payday. We remember that. No. Melik Kuzlev. Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, Canelo, what are you going to do? His options are kind of limited now. I can do whatever I want. And yeah, you're right. That's going to be like my go-to whenever, because I am Mexican and I was born in Mexico. I will prove that with my, I was born in Mexico. So he doesn't really have that many options. make Canelo versus Crawford. I think from what I've seen, from where the times that I've been around the Canelo media days, he's not very enthusiastic about a Crawford fight, and I think that is also like kind of a lower reward because why? Unless Crawford goes up to 168, I don't think Canelo would want to do a catch weight. But I don't know. He came in not that heavy for the Munguia fight. So to me, it's just like I respect him if he because let's be for real. Canelo is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer whether he fights Benavidez or not. Right? Whether he fights Benavidez or not, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. So that's not gonna impact him at all. So let's drop that shit there. Right? But I think the fans will perceive him like that. The fans will be like, huh, like he never fought Benavidez, because realistically, as a boxing fan, that's the fight that is the most entertaining, in my opinion. Berlanga will be entertaining because Canelo's gonna beat his ass, but like competitive wise, is not gonna be entertaining. And yes, Charlo is done. I feel so bad for him. He just got arrested, I believe, yesterday. TMZ shared a mugshot where Charlo was arrested under the influence, and that's sad, man. Like Charlo had good talent, and it sucks that it's stupid stuff like substance abuse that is keeping him from paydays and from like good fights. Because at one point, let's be honest, we all wanted to see Canelo versus Charlo. We all wanted those fights. It was one of those things that people told Canelo that he ducked them since 154, right? People were like, oh, he's ducking the Charlos. He's ducking the Charlos. That's why he moved up to 160 because he didn't want to fight Boo Boo and the Charlos, right? That was the narrative for a while. So Charlo now, it's like, dang. And yeah, money talks, but Canelo 200 million to fight Benavidez. 200 million to fight Benavidez is wild, but I would hope that he fights Benavidez. Berlanga, did you guys see that video today? I posted on Instagram, I think on TikTok as well, where like Berlanga's just acting like a Mexican. Well, he's trying to act like a Mexican, but he uses like this weird, the same thing everybody does when they want to like appeal to the Mexicans for some reason, which is like put on a sombrero and like put on the fucking Mexico zarape and they Mexico cabrones or put on like a random ass fucking Mexican song. That's what they all do, and I don't know why they do that. But I think they're both around the same age, right? Or no? I think Munguia is a little older. The thing is that both of these guys, I think they have to fight from here. Just should go up, right? Munguia shouldn't fight anybody that's not world class level anymore after fighting Canelo. Like I don't want to fucking see him go back to fighting the Derevyachenkos of the world or the fucking who's the other guy? Who the fuck did Munguia fight? The Irish guy, ¿cómo se llama? I forgot his name, but we don't want no more of those guys, Munguia. We need good competition. He needs to keep the momentum going. Munguia really needs to keep the momentum going if he wants to get more paydays, if he wants to get more, just more visibility in the sport. Because remember, when he was trying to make the Charlo fight, there was something like that about him not, them not coming to terms because they wanted Sanford Golden Boy to be involved. For the zone to be involved, Golden Boy, Sanford, and obviously that's gonna make it harder for you to make fights when you have a team of 3 different promotional companies. So yeah, I think Canelo meant if they offered him to. I hope so, Latino for life, because I've been around the guy all week. Since Wednesday last week. I got where's my eyelash look like that? I got to Vegas. I got to Vegas on Wednesday. So I got to Vegas on Wednesday. I saw their press conference. Canelo does not look like he wants to fight Benavidez. He just doesn't. Like he seems like, yeah, like a guy's like, I could do what I want, and that's fine. You can do what you want, but then don't get mad at the fans for asking you. Because as long as you're relevant, they're going to ask you. Because he said que la era del Canelo es la mejor porque pelea con los mejores, right? Isn't that, he literally said that after every fight for like the whole time he was on HBO. He was like, Canela, la era del Canelo es la mejor era porque peleó con los mejores, something like that. So where is that? He promised that. He promised legacy and something about Mexican history, and like, yeah, he made it, but then okay, if he's done, or do like Floyd and yeah, fight whoever you feel like you want to fight. I'm sure people are still gonna pay to come see Canelo, whether or not he fights whoever they want. Munguia versus yeah, I got Munguia because Munguia has a really good chin. Like Munguia, Canelo dropped him for the first time in his career, and he has already 40 something fights, right? Canelo versus Morel. I would love Canelo versus Morel. I would love this fight, especially because Morel is not the guy who's gonna go in there scared. And that's what pisses me off about Berlanga. Berlanga está chingue for this fight, right? Berlanga is like fucking guzzling right now at the mouth for Canelo. And I promise you, when fight night comes, no se le va a poner enfrente. He's not. Berlanga's not that guy that's gonna go in front of Canelo and just be in front of him like that. He's just not that guy. So I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. You know what I mean? The way that he's asking for the fight is not the way that he's gonna show up for it. I wish that him asking for the fight meant that he was gonna, se iba a fajar, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen. Canelo doesn't want to give Benavidez a yes. So that's actually what Benavidez said. And let me see. Maybe I can show you guys through TikTok. And yeah, I was there. I was there when they were going at it. But my phone, because it was so freaking hot in Vegas, my phone heated. What is it called? Overheated? Both of my phones overheated in Vegas while I was trying to go live for the main event, basically. I mean, for the main event weigh-in. So that didn't work. But I don't think he's going to be doing much, honestly. Berlanga's just gonna go in there to be knocked the fuck out, and that's gonna be all fine and dandy for Canelo fans, and that's gonna be great television. But what is that like? Do you guys want to pay? What is it like now for Canelo pay-per-views? $60? No, that was for standard definition prices. Now it's $85, right? So why would you want to pay $85 to watch Canelo knock Berlanga the fuck out? It just doesn't. Team Benavidez doesn't respect Canelo. Let me see, my camera's acting stupid. And that's what I think too, honestly, that Benavidez says something along those lines, saying that he feels that Canelo doesn't want to give him specifically the torch. Canelo's not afraid to lose, right? Because it's true, fighters are not scared to lose. Fighters are not supposed to be scared to lose. Fighters are fighters. He's not scared to lose or scared to get knocked the fuck out. He's scared to lose specifically, or not scared, but he doesn't want to lose specifically to Benavidez, right? So that's what he says, and I'm gonna try to pull it up because I thought it was very interesting that he said that, because I think I heard, who else did I hear say something like that? I think I heard what's his name? Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia says something like that too, along the lines of, I'm not going to, because your dad talks shit, because wouldn't that be very fucking serious? Because you talk shit and because all of that, and now I'm really not gonna give you a payday. Now you're really not gonna get shit from me. Ahora se chingan type of stuff, right? So I don't know. Yeah, Berlanga will make it. Oh, Canelo carries him too. No, see, if it's true that Canelo carried Munguia, it's probably only because he felt bad for his fellow Mexican, right? I don't think he's gonna show the same respect to to Berlanga, right? Because it's that whole Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Canelo, I think somebody mentioned that, I just hear things, right? Wherever I'm there. I think I heard that they are not allowed to. When Canelo fights, no one's allowed to enter the ring. Now, with at least with PBC. That's what I heard. It wasn't confirmed or nothing, but that's what I personally heard. Let me see. I'm gonna share my screen for like the TikTok thing because can y'all see it? Yeah, right. Because I'm trying to show you guys. I'm trying to show you guys that particular part where Benavides says that. Oh my God, that press conference was crazy. But there's gonna be around there, I assume, because I just saw Emily, who's there. We go. I don't know actually how loud it will be though.
Able to keep delivering to observe all this and obviously observe all this, but it hasn't been nice to see everyone,
It's completely different. You got.
It looks like fear. It looks like fear. Like
There we go.
you tell me, title eliminator, interim title, being there for 3 years. I've heard some shit where they said that, oh, I lost my opportunity because I chose to go to 175. There was no talk, nothing about me fighting for no fight with Canelo. So then how does that make sense when, okay, if he goes to 175, you missed an opportunity. That's some bullshit in the zone. You know what I mean? And I've been holding that for a long time. I've been fucking number one contender for the past 3 years. I've been there, beat the guys that told me how to
Can you guys hear it? I don't know if you guys
now
can hear
that's another opportunity to go up to get another title. Now that's my opportunity. It just doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense how they're saying that they're gonna give me 10 days to make my decision of what I want to do. Bro, what the fuck? What about when I was there for 3 years? We've been giving Canelo all his decision. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. So I feel like it's a little.
Benavides just doesn't hold back, and that's just hilarious to me.
It is what it is. I just gotta, keep doing what I gotta do, beat the fighters I gotta beat. That's it.
How was it that Egabelinga consistently get that Canelo fight before you when, like you said,
You tell me. You tell me. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's frustrating, at the end of the day, but I can't really say anything. Like, I don't really care. Everybody knows about this fight.
I think the thing is too with Benavides is that what doesn't help him, right, is that he clearly is not as comfortable at 168 anymore. Right? Like I think the thing about Benavides, is that by him going up to 175, in my opinion, only makes it harder. It's gonna make it harder for him to come back down to 168 later, and then it's gonna be like, oh well, he's dehydrated, and he's gonna be at a disadvantage now.
How does it look like if the guy that talks the most shit that you say is not that you could be like, and he's the highest, and you're gonna get the most money out of fighting him? Why the fuck would you not fight him? Doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't. That's what's up.
I mean, I don't gotta talk more shit. I'm confident in myself. I'm confident, to take the fight any day. I'm ready. I'm 100% ready. And I'm not getting an opportunity. I'm not gonna stay on the sideline. I'm not gonna be an interim champion. I want to be world champion. That's what I'm going. I'm looking for other opportunities.
You know what? And I fucking respect that for Benavides. I do. For saying I don't want to just be a fucking interim champ and wait for Canelo.
$500 million. You know what I mean? It's just like I think he's getting put into the corner now where he's running out of excuses. He said that the only thing I bring is 25 extra pounds and I'm not worth it, but he's asking $200 million and now he's gonna fight me the same night. That shit's just stupid. Bro. Like just tell people you don't fight.
The thing is,
I don't.
and I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. The thing is that, like, as someone who is in these spaces, Benavides never brings up Canelo on his own. Never. I've never once heard Benavides talking out, like, say, I mean, other than when, people ask him about it. At this point, I don't think people are going to stop asking him about this fight. And that's what's going to suck for him and it's going to suck for us because, he doesn't want us to ask him about Benavides. He gets upset when people ask him about Benavides and he cites that he already fought everybody. And it's right. He's not lying when he says these things. It's true that he already fought everybody and he's already a first ballot Hall of Famer. Yes. I'm personally not disputing that. But as long as he's relevant and he claims to be the best, then the second best is going to be right there trying to fight him. And for him to not give Benavides that chance, in my opinion, is a bit corny. But again, that's just me, though. I'm not gonna hold it super against Canelo to not fight Benavides because again, he's already a first ballot Hall of Famer. But at the same time, there's just no other, in my opinion, competition right now for Canelo that would make sense as much as this man right
I
here.
can't talk to you about what his hunger is, or how his training is, or how he feels. I can only speak to you about myself. But for me, it looks like fear. It looks like fear that I'm scared.
What's your thoughts on Ryan?
I have no thoughts about this.
No one this weekend wanted to comment about Ryan. No one this
I
weekend
think
wanted to comment about Ryan.
it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a great fight. I think Jaime Munguia is gonna give him a tough fight, tougher than people think, because Jaime Munguia is a tough fighter.
Yeah, I also think that he will be. I think Canelo still win right now to the body.
So we'll see what Canelo does. But I think it's gonna be late round.
But that line is closing very fast to me.
Do you think he has like even bigger chance to like see how all the attention is going to Oscar? I mean, I don't really think that matters.
I'm an Oscar friend, so like he basically defended Oscar as well.
So probably he's probably more focused on the fight. But I mean, he has to work it out. I mean, it's crazy that it's the second fight at 168. That's fight for all the time.
Yeah.
Berlanga.
See, I agree
I don't
with
want
that.
to talk shit, but I'm just saying facts. He doesn't fight.
And that's what sucks about being in like Benavidez' spot, in my opinion, where you know, people like, you know, Joe, you say something like oh, he wants, you know, he just keeps begging for Canelo, but he's really like I've been covering these fights for a while now, and I've never heard Benavidez by himself ever bring up Canelo. It's always the media asking him about Canelo, and he has to respond, right? And I'm pretty sure he gets annoyed as hell, just like Canelo does, about having to answer about a guy who doesn't want to fucking fight him. What is he gonna do? What is Benavidez supposed to do, right? And at first he's like, yeah, whatever, and his dad's the one talking shit, and I get it that's frustrating. But again, like, okay, if you're mad that they're talking shit, then beat his ass. Beat his ass. Go beat his ass. And then, you know, or he talks about disrespect, right? Just beat his ass in. And then what I mentioned, if Benavidez is number 2, he's always going to be there. And that's why I respect that he said he doesn't want to wait on Canelo. He'd rather go up to 175 and try to be champ there. But I think, like, I don't know, he moved too fast. I feel like we could have bullied Canelo into fighting him, because Canelo's fought everybody else that people have told him he hasn't fought with, like Lara and Triple G, and, you know, I mean, a couple of fights, whatever. And people didn't want him to fight. People wanted him to fight people only because they knew he would lose, but he did, right? So I'm hoping that Canelo still fights Benavidez, because he's good. You know, he's fought everybody else. So I'm really hoping he does. And if he doesn't fight him, I want him to be more transparent about it. I want him to be like, look, I'm not fighting this dude. He's bigger than me. And even though I've said before that it didn't matter, it does matter now, because this guy's fucking huge. And I don't think, whatever, like, just say it with your whole chest. I think if he doesn't fight him this year, he's not going to beat him anymore, because of the pressure. I think if we can he can, because to the body, I think Benavidez is always going to be vulnerable to the body, just because he's a taller guy and because he's softer in the belly, right, than Canelo ever will be. And Canelo has just really, but I think if Benavidez is able to smother Canelo, like, you know, a la Marcos Maidana, I think he could get something done with an aging Canelo, right? People are like, oh yeah, he looked great, like, ooh, he looked fucking amazing against Munguia. He looked good, but again, it's Munguia. And I do agree with everybody that Munguia did great, Munguia did better than, but that's just styles, right? Like, it's styles. And I just feel like with Benavidez, it'd be a really, you know, a clash of trying to be the first one, right, to land to the body. So I don't know. And yeah, and Benavidez, again, like, what doesn't help him is the fact that he is so big. So he does have to eventually, hey, stop. Oh my God, is she pressing buttons? I'm sorry, she's pressing buttons. I do agree that Benavidez's best win was Caleb Plant. I actually watched that fight at Disneyland. The fight between Canelo and Munguia very much reminded me at first of Ryan versus Tank, because, you know, just like Ryan, Jaime started pretty fast, and once he saw that he you know, he had some success landing, they thought that was going to be like the whole fight. right? They took their opponent, their more experienced and their better equipped opponent, IQ wise. They assumed that, oh, I just landed for a whole round straight, and then I think Munguia had that flurry right in the third round when he popped Canelo's head back. Right, so after that, he's like, "Shit, are you kidding me? This guy, I got this shit." Right, and same with Ryan versus Tank. He was he was putting pressure on Tank. He was doing really well, and then, órale, to the canvas. Canelo les puso un tate quieto, just like Tank kind of told, okay, calm the fuck down. That's not what you're gonna do, right? So, it reminded me in that case that after they got dropped, they don't fight the same anymore. Munguia still came forward. Munguia still gave it a go, mate, very much so, but he didn't fight that, as recklessly as in the first round. So I do feel like that reminded me of that fight. What do you guys think of everybody saying that, it's a Mayweather Canelo moment, right? That Canelo is what, to Munguia what Mayweather was to him. What do you guys think about that? I've seen that corny ass guy from No Puedes Jugar Boxeo, he's the one that brought it up. He's like, oh, Canelo lost when he was young, and now you lost. So can you be something like that? He brought up, he doesn't really ask questions. He kind of just says like an inspirational, corny ass sentence. And exactly. And that's what I was gonna say. Like, at first it's cool to run with that narrative to say, oh yeah, we hope that Munguia is able to capitalize on this moment and learn from it and get better pages from it. But I agree with Joe. Like, he is older now, right? Like, and Munguia is already. No one's changing Munguia's style. Like, yes, he got more refined with Eric Morales and his defense tightened up with Freddie Roach and his strategy coming forward. There's definitely been improvements, but Munguia is who he is now, right? Canelo, after that loss, when people call him flat-footed, then he's like, okay, well, if I can't, get better footwork because I don't know, my ability just don't go there. He made it up in the head and waist movement, right? Like, he displayed amazing head and waist movement against Jacobs and Bivol, even though Bivol was cracking his head back with jabs. I think that he did a great job evading a lot of shots too against Bivol. So could have been worse. So I think with Canelo having, grown that much, right? And yeah, he was 23. Munguia's what, like 27, 28? So I'm not saying Munguia's in his prime per se, but yeah, like, you can't really compare them, I don't think, right? Like, Canelo's not Mayweather and Munguia's not Canelo by far. Not at 27, 28 years old. So I do think that Canelo has a really good chin because, again, Munguia caught him really, really good. Munguia caught him really well in the third round, I believe, at the end of the third round.
I'm talking shit. I'm doing too much of that. But I'll pay my dues. I beat Caleb Plant. I beat Andre back to back. You know what I mean? Nobody thought I was gonna beat. So I mean, it's a little.
We were gonna beat Andre.
What do you think about Caleb Plant and Edgar Berlanga yesterday? Minute after the weigh, and they were saying some stuff, and then the camera goes up, and they almost went at it.
I think that'll be a good fight. Definitely be a good fight. I would love to see it. I think that honestly, if you would give Berlanga a fight with Canelo, I think that's a fight that should happen.
Yeah, Plant. Yes.
What do you think? I know you have a good relationship with Oscar.
Plant versus Berlanga will be good. I got Plant.
I see some, let him know that he's there to win the title. It looks like he's there for the patient.
David, what do you? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, David. What do you think
Yes,
about August?
whenever this been dropped, yes. When he won the title, no? Didn't he get dropped when he won the vacant title?
Saudi Arabia now taking a place here in California.
It's going to be a great card, bro. I feel like they did a good thing about coming over here to California. It's a fucking tremendous card. I can't wait to see it. Hopefully, I'm gonna be there, but I'm not sure yet. But it's a great card. It's a great.
Which was your favorite fight to see on that one? Because there's a lot.
There's a lot of good fights. My favorite one is
Ryan Pitbull.
That's gonna be a fucking fire fight.
Fuck,
they're all good, bro. now you got what's his name fighting? Virgil Ortiz fighting Tim Tszyu. They're all bangers. All those fights are bangers. It's gonna be a good night of boxing.
David, you can't face such a heavy under.
No, bro. I don't know. I think everybody that fights Canelo, they're big underdogs. No matter who it is, just because of all of Canelo's accolades. That's something you can't take. It's something I'm not gonna take from people. Prior to that, Canelo was kind of down the fight.
David, you fighting at 175 now against Golden. Yesterday was booked that Evo versus Better Be postponed. What's your
Point
thoughts?
is,
It's a division,
yeah,
it's a long division too. What's your thoughts on that?
he talks about it, but he's not like overly asking, if that makes sense, for the people that say, oh, Canelo, Benavidez just can't stop talking about Canelo. Or I think I seen other people say, oh, Benavidez's whole personality is Canelo. And no, like, I promise you, he's also just as annoyed as Canelo about getting asked these questions, right? But again, who else? Who else would you guys see Benavidez fight? Who's a good name for Benavidez? I don't even know who would be a good name for Benavidez. Is she pressing buttons? She's pressing buttons, isn't she? Sorry, those were like my preset buttons on here. When I had when I used to go live a lot, I had like preset stuff, and she's just pressing the buttons. And see, that's what sucks about the fathers in boxing that do more talking than the actual fighters themselves, right? We saw this with just more recently Devin Haney. Bill Haney was just talking so much, and Devin Haney got beat, whether, it was because of PEDs or not. Whereas he looked not great, and now, well, that's actually a different issue because of the PEDs involved, but most definitely, fathers in boxing are sometimes a disservice to their boxing children with all their talk. Look at Angel Garcia. Look at freaking I'm like, is it lipping it already? I'm watching Pro Box, by the way. I don't know if you guys. I'm watching Pro Box. So yeah, like it's very much a disservice for sure. Right? Angel Garcia, who else? Fucking, what's his name? Dofimo's dad. I don't think Ryan B. Haney fair and square, and let me tell you why. Because even if you feel like he didn't purposely ingest whatever he popped positive for, the point is, and the fact is that he tested positive. He tested positive. Like, those are just facts. That's not, I think. No one gives a fuck what people think. Not just you, no offense. I'm not talking about no one gives a fuck what you think. I'm just saying it's not about what the fuck anybody thinks. He popped positive for us. I don't know how to pronounce it. Oscarin. That he popped positive for, and then he popped positive for anabolic steroid, something that mimics anabolic steroid. I'm not the best at knowing what the fuck it is, but I know that one was more of a serious one. And yesterday they reported that right now what they know is that it's most likely that he only tested for one instead of the two. So okay, whatever, you can say it was contaminated, whatever, but the point is that he was positive for at least one of the two substances. And whether, again, you think it's not that big deal, that's just for recovery or whatever. Point is that he had those in his systems, and whether he admittedly or not took them, those substances, it's not like you just take them on because you took them accidentally. They're not going to work. If I fucking fell down and snorted coke on accident, and it was an accident, I'm not going to feel the effects of coke. If I just, because it was an accident, I fucking take some shrooms and then, oh, sorry, it was an accident, I'm not gonna have any effects. That's not how shit works. And if someone gave it to him, if it was in a supplement, whatever, that's also not a drug that's like levels. Or I think they said it was like, they try to be tricky with the wording, but it's like a pregnancy test. Either you're positive or negative. It's not how much at these type of levels. If you pop positive for it, it's because it's detected levels that they can pick it up. So again, you can say again, you can believe this all you want and you're valid. You can say, doesn't matter, it was the left hook. You can say that. But because there's this stain in this fight, there's that asterisk, they do deserve to. Haney, even if he were to lose again, and if you believe that he would lose, he deserves to lose as a former champ who earned the fucking belts by going to another fucking promotional company to get them. He deserves to lose to a clean fighter, whether that fighter took them on accident or not. Haney deserves that. Any fighter deserves that. I've never won. I've watched boxing since I was a child. I've never once seen any like, oh, it's Ryan Garcia. It's okay. Oh, it's Ryan. Like it's okay because he fucked him, knocked him out, left hook. It had nothing to do with the drugs. Doesn't matter. In my opinion, that doesn't matter. Whether you believe that you could or you couldn't. Again, it doesn't fucking matter whether you think it's gonna make him fucking Hulk Hogan, the Hulk. Whether you think he's gonna get the power of every fucking Avenger, doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is that we're as fans and as watching the sport, do you give a fuck about it? Yes or no? Because the way we see it, especially with that one, with Osterine or whatever it's called, this guy who was fighting, I think Badu Jack, he popped positive for it, and they banned his ass. They banned his ass. They didn't ask, no one asked. No one bothered to check. So that's what I mean, with whether you believe it or not, or if it's an accident. No one does it on purpose. No one, every time someone pops positive, oh, who did it? I don't know. Nutritionist, was it you? Supplements, was it you? Weed, was it that? Doesn't matter how it got in there. The problem is that it did, and if it did, then it gave you some advantage. Alicia, same thing, and that's what pisses me off, because at least other fighters are a little apologetic and like embarrassed about it, but Alicia and Ryan are both acting like really stupid about it when it's like, yo, at least I don't know. I just don't. Nothing's gonna happen to Ryan Garcia. Nothing is gonna happen to Ryan Garcia. It's gonna be like Canelo. He's gonna go back to fighting big fights, and until he whatever loses or whatever, right? Nothing's gonna happen to Ryan Garcia. But that's just how boxing is. But I also don't want when somebody else pops positive for the same people to be fucking going at it, because I don't know what type of dick Ryan Garcia is giving you guys, or I don't know what the heck he's got going on that you guys are so fond of. But I've never seen multitudes defend positive PD tests. Never in my life. And this is the thing against Ryan Garcia. I'm just making an observation. Like, I've never seen this many fanboys pop out of nowhere. And again, it's like, oh no, but he didn't pop positive for this. Now it's just one. Still one. And I'm not even a Haney fan like that. I just feel like I'd be pissed too. And he deserves to lose the right way, right? He deserves to get caught with those fucking left hooks with a fighter who doesn't test positive for anything, right? So again, May 22nd, I believe, is when we will see the B sample results, whether we'll know, where he can fight the first results. So hopefully he clears his name. He has a chance to clear his, to clear his name, right? But the thing is that the basic thing is that he popped positive for at least one of the two that popped positive for in the first test. So again, if people are celebrating that it's one and not two, or people are celebrating that it's the one that less gives you, like, I guess, performance enhancement, it's weird. It's weird. Y'all are weird. Y'all are so weird. No one's saying that. Ooh, why do you guys do that? I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit icky when men like get so fucking like just. But point is, Ryan Garcia, May 22nd is when we'll find out. But regardless of whether he's guilty or not, let's be fucking for real. He's gonna go back to fighting big fights. I hope, he's not that dumb about it moving forward, right? Canelo got that Superman chin like you're punching. Yeah, I think Canelo could definitely catch a Benavidez to the body, right? He can definitely drop him to the body. But I think if Canelo can focus to the body, which he definitely can, I think the problem would be how can Canelo go so long, like the 12 rounds against Benavidez, with the pressure that Benavidez usually brings forward in his fight, right? No se te quita encima. Benavidez is the type of guy que no se te quita encima. So I honestly feel like that's why that fight is so fucking interesting, right? Because we want to see how Canelo is going to react to someone who has that much fucking pressure, because we know that Benavidez is not going to just, stand back and let Canelo dictate the pace. I don't think Benavidez would do that. I'm not saying Benavidez is going to go in there and be a fucking idiot and just let his hands go, but I do feel like he is going to very much so try to impose his height, reach, size advantage, all of his freaking advantages. I'm pretty sure he's going to be there and making them happen, But yeah, I think Canelo's more like I'm older in the sport now. I don't need to be in a fight with someone who's gonna be like talking shit to me, or a dad who's gonna be talking shit to me. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that goes. But it's just sad. As a fan, I want to see it. As a boxing fan, before anything else, I would definitely like to see this fight. And we just got a knockout on this. I love Canelo, but is it Celtic Warrior? Is it going to happen? Oh my god, I thought I read my sound too like man for a bit. I was like, what the hell? Get out of my chat. No, I'm just kidding. How would you feel if Munguia steps into Fizzy Ball and if it gets postponed late June? Why would that happen though? Where would Munguia? I think people got options, right? I think people got options at 175 besides Bernabe. At least I think. Let me see. Well, Benavides has the same pressure when he feels. Well, that's the thing. That's why we're intrigued. That's why we want to see it. That's actually a good point. That's why I feel that Canelo can definitely capitalize to the body of Benavides, because as a former chubby, body shots hurt different. When you get her to the body as like a former chubby, and we know that he used to be chubby, but I was like, you're right. I don't think so. I'm so sad though, because like that's generally the fight that I would love. And I was telling everybody else earlier, I don't see who else Canelo's gonna fight at 168. Like, what are you gonna do? He should go back to 160 and beat everybody's ass there. Canelo could literally go back to 160 and probably beat everybody's ass at 160. I don't know why he didn't when he was at 160. All he had to do was beat Boo Boo. And that's why people make up those narratives, right? If Canelo would have stayed at 160 and instead of freaking fighting, what's his name, Rocky Fielding and Kovalev, I don't know what the heck he was doing, he could have unified and became undisputed by all he had to do was fight Boo Boo. He had already collected all the belts at 160, Canelo. And then he just said, no, I'm moving up instead of fighting Boo Boo. So it's like, just go back. This was the champion at 160 right now. The champion at 160 right now is Adames, now that Charlo got stripped, right? And then that Usibek guy, the top rank. Who else? I think that's it, right? Who's that? Who the heck is a champ at 160? Lara's a champ at 160 in 2024. Lara is a champ at 160 in 2024. So Canelo, go rematch. Go rematch Lara. Get all the belts at 160. William School? That's a mandatory? Who even is that? I hate when like fighters who are like big, like stars already fight people who got a box rec. Like I hate it. Maybe I'm just a casual. Canelo said nobody wanted to work with Golden Boy. They messed up his undisputed. Yeah, and I remember something about at the time they were trying to negotiate a fight behind his back, that Vyachenko fight, when he wanted to fight Kovalev, right? I remember he had so much beef with Golden Boy at that point because he really wanted to get the Kovalev fight, but I think Kovalev had to like fight Yard or something like that, or they had to like do something else. And he like, yeah, the IBF was tripping. I remember that he was mad because Golden Boy was negotiating a Derevyanchenko fight when he wanted the Kovalev fight, and that's why it didn't happen in September, and it happened until November, right? I remember. See, I know things. Munguia has a lot of options fighting Plant, Angel, Berlanga. Berlanga only wants Canelo. Berlanga's not gonna fight any dangerous dude. He just wants Canelo. I think Berlanga's fine, like fighting whoever Eddie Hearns beats him from the UK, as long as he doesn't have to fight. He just wants to fight Canelo, I think. I don't know. Charlo is out of the picture. Williams Skull Ordinary, but I have no idea. Charlo turned down the fight. See, I don't know about all that. I'm not in the negotiating tables, so I usually steer away from saying things like that because I wasn't there. So, but I do remember the drama, that they did have a lot of drama, which obviously peaked this past fight week when Canelo and former promoter Oscar de la Hoya were like going at it basically, and for Oscar to like read that shit, and he was not even reading it properly. Like he was just having run-on sentences, and I'm just like, it was so funny to me. Like as soon as he said, "I respect him," I was a fighter, I knew he was gonna start talking shit. So I was like, "Let me get my freaking phone out." But I don't think Berlanga's even a B fighter right now. I think Berlanga's like C level right now. Let's be for reals. Who's the best name in Berlanga's resume? Can you even name a Berlanga opponent? I think the only one I can name is Steve Rolls, and that's only because I remember that he fought Triple G. Who else he fight? I don't know anybody, I don't think, that Berlanga has fought other than that same guy that Triple G fought. So, I'm sorry. Call me a casual. You guys can call me a casual. Like, that's what I mean. But before I dip in a couple minutes, let's talk about this weekend's fight because Lomachenko's coming back. So before I dip, let's talk Lomachenko. Lomachenko versus Cambosis, right? Lomachenko's last fight, Devin Haney. A lot of people actually thought that he won that fight. I think I had him winning that fight, but I didn't care to like call it a robbery. Sometimes, and for some weight classes, I'm not gonna lie. And especially lately, like that I've been like covering certain fights heavily, or certain fighter or certain cards, then I don't really pay attention to the rest. But Lomachenko fights this Sunday, I believe. Saturday in Australia. Or Sunday. Yeah, something like that. Don't ask me about fucking time zones. I don't know. But Loma versus... I know, but I just hope it's entertaining. Cambosos didn't do much against Devin Haney, and I don't see how he's going to do much against Lomachenko either. And why it had to be over there? Like, why it had to be over there? Why did it have to be in Australia? I don't get it. I don't get it. Saturday here? Why did I think it was Sunday? Am I tripping? Wait, where are you from? I mean, that's a stupid ass question, Celtic Warrior, but see, I know nothing about time zones. High risk, no reward. High risk? Berlanga's a high risk? Nobody wants to fight Berlanga because he's high risk? A guy that I don't even know his name dropped Berlanga. How the heck is he high risk? Did you type that properly? I don't like saying robberies. I think it's fucking corny to call close fights robberies. Like, not everything's a robbery. Like, close rounds exist, right? Like, there's rounds that can go. But brother in Christ, what power? Motherfucker hasn't knocked anybody out lately, or he did, but doesn't fucking matter. Let me look up his box rec, because I cannot name you a fucking Berlanga opponent other than Steve Rolls. And again, that was because he fought Triple G. Edgar Berlanga hasn't shown power in a while. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you Puerto Rican? Be honest. Are you Puerto Rican? Be honest. Sometimes our biases like fuck us up a little bit. But yeah. I know. See, I'm just. What the fuck does that got to do with anything? What does this have to do with Berlanga not getting knockouts? And see, I usually don't care to like argue, but I literally have no fucking idea who any of these people are. McCrory, oh yeah, that's the guy he just recently knocked out like last month or something like that. Yeah, some random guy, no offense, some guy from Ireland, and then some other guy, Jason. I'm not. Dang, what is he? Yeah, who the fuck are? I know Jason Quigley. He used to be with Golden Boy 160. They wanted him to fight with Canelo so bad. Yeah, but before that, random undefeated guy from my brother in Christ. I hope they're paying you for whatever it is they got you saying on here, because I would not be defending Berlanga for free. I would not be on Beyonce. I would not be on Beyonce's internet like defending Berlanga's honor. Out of all people, Berlanga. What power? What power? What power? He's been knocking out the people he's supposed to knock out. Congratulations. He got dropped not that long ago. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Good for him. Berlanga's doing what he was supposed to do this whole time. Knock motherfuckers out that you're supposed to knock out, because they're putting them in there for you to knock them out. And when he was in Top Rank in his last fight, he didn't even get any knockouts. He like got a couple first round knockouts and like would do his push-ups, and then why would I? No offense, like I respect all fighters, and this is not a diss to him as a, but you're just not making sense. Why would he? Berlanga, first of all, does not deserve that level of respect that you're asking of him, because what the fuck has he done? Again, Berlanga hasn't done shit. So I think in order to demand respect, especially to be like, with the top level, that makes no sense. Literally, I'm looking at his box rec right now. And yeah, he knocked out the last guy, but the last guy, oh my God, yeah, the last guy's record, no one of any significance, no one undefeated person, 2 undefeated. Everybody else is just, no offense, but this guy was not the guy. You know, he knocked him out cool. That was good for you. You were supposed to do that. He didn't knock out Jason Quigley, bro. I could have sworn he did, but now I'm even less impressed by him. Who doesn't knock out Jason Quigley? Didn't Boo Boo Andre? Boo Boo Andre. You're talking about power? You're talking about power? Boo Boo Andre knocked out Quigley. And Berlanga didn't. My brother in Christ. Tone it down a little bit on the Berlanga hype train or whatever it is you got going on. Decent fighter. I mean, he's doing what he was supposed to do. When this last guy is beating them, he beat them. Good for him. He's supposed to. But I will advise for you to settle down with the nut hugging, because Berlanga doesn't deserve that from you, my brother in Christ, especially not for free. I think both Munguia and Morel beat Berlanga, and it's not even close. I think Plant would knock out Berlanga like he did with what's his face, the dog, what's his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Or no, you know what? Maybe he'll beat him, but no. I just don't, because he doesn't have opposition. Again, are you Puerto Rican? Be honest. You're Puerto Rican, huh? It's okay if you're Puerto Rican. That's fine. Remember, so yeah, I don't I've never talked about Berlanga this much in my entire time. I have no idea who the fuck. I don't want to talk about Berlanga anymore. Who the fuck is that anyway? Sue versus Ortiz. Yeah, so that I think I don't know. See, if Virgil loses, depends how he loses, right? But I think that'd be kind of bad for him too because he would take a lot of punishment. I feel like if he does lose. But that fight's probably the most exciting fight. I don't know. I'm actually really excited for that card. It's gonna be here at the BMO Stadium, and I'm really, really excited for that card. That whole card is stacked. The Saudi card, Tim Tszyu, Wilder. Um, they have Crawford. I'm just so excited. Oh yeah, you're Puerto Rican. Oh yeah, I see you. I see you. Okay. Ortiz beats Sue. I think Ortiz beats Sue because I think I was expecting more of Tim Tszyu, especially against Fundora, because Fundora has been dropped multiple times before, right? He's not only been knocked out, but he's been dropped. Fundora is there to be hit and to be dropped, and he showed really good defense, right? In his fight with Tim Tszyu, you could tell that he's like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna go in there like I went against Brian Mendoza or ¿cómo se llama el otro vato? The one that dropped him too. He's really I like Lubin, right? Lubin. So yeah, I was expecting him. I was expecting Tim Tszyu to be like more out there, and I do think Virgil Ortiz punches harder. So, oh my god, and I think it'd be such a fucking badass victory for Ortiz if he's able to drop Tim Tszyu, or if they're able to drop each other, and then whoever. I think this is gonna be a badass fight, but I think if Ortiz wins, I think it's gonna catapult him. And then the main event is Crawford versus Madrimov. Who, no offense to Madrimov, but Crawford got this shit. Crawford got this shit, and I feel like he's going to be the one that's going to win. And then with that, maybe we can set up a fight with Crawford and Ortiz. I think that'd be really great. I got Ortiz over Sue. But I do like both fighters, and I'm so excited to cover that fight. I'm so excited to cover that fight because it's an all-day card. The only thing I'm like, shit, is in August. That's an all-day card in August. So I'm just like, sheesh. Better take a couple pairs of shorts because it's gonna be hot. Ryan just says anything. Ryan just says anything these days, and it would be a fun fight. He wants Errol Spence. Errol Spence just replied to Ryan Garcia because he said he wants Errol Spence, right? And Errol's like, I don't take tune-ups, which is a way to insult him, right? But Errol Spence, I'm sorry, but please take tune-ups. Like you got your ass beat so bad. You need tune-ups. So please. Crawford got this. Another belt WBA. And it's at 154. So he becomes, what is that? 140, 143 division world champion, right? And undisputed at both 140 and 147. Imagine if he tries to get undisputed at 154. Because he wanted to fight Charlo, right? He wanted to fight Charlo. So I know Charlo got stripped of this, the belt, but he still has the other ones. So I would love to see it. Lily, I'm Jilly. We go. I'm trying to go. I've never been to. I mean, it's Matchroom, right? So like, it is the Saudi card, but I think it's Matchroom that's like taking care of all that. Stop pressing my buttons. And I think that because I get access to Matchroom, I'm gonna get access. Errol's not the same. I don't think so either. That's why I'm like, please, Errol, take tune-ups. Let me show you guys. He literally just said this. He was like, yeah, I don't something like that. Like, I don't take tune-ups. And it's like, please do. Please take tune-ups, Errol Spence, because that's what no offense. I'm not taking anything away from Crawford. I think this is the case where I feel like the outcome would have been the same. But yeah, he needs tune-ups. Let me show you guys. And it's just to diss at Ryan because right now they're fighting because you're right for They're fighting because of Derek James, right? Because Derek James is Ryan's trainer now, and Errol Spence owes him money, according to Derek James. So let me see what the heck. He's just been saying a lot of stuff. I think it's this one. he's like, I'd beat his ass at the AT&T Stadium. And he's like, but I don't take no tune-ups. I'm just like, bro, don't say that. Canelo didn't even put in a second gear against Jaime, but why not? 2020. Why not? Tell me why not. I want to know why he did it. Why do you think he did it? For the rest, everyone's hit list because he's got for two words. Yeah, I don't know. He didn't get dropped. I thought he was at least gonna get dropped. So yeah, just Errol being Errol, I guess. Crawford beats Canelo. Emmanuel, you're just filled with horrible takes. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into that, but I think you're on timeout, Emmanuel. You've been just here saying the wildest shit. You're on timeout. Crawford gets caught if Crawford gets caught if fights. No, I'm not even gonna entertain. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, y'all are fucking crazy. Can y'all? Never mind. Anyway, y'all are fucking weird sometimes. Anyway, Lomachenko fighting this weekend. Jessica McCaskill fighting this weekend on Peacock at like 2 p.m. And then there's this pro box card today. And I think that's it for boxing this week. Next week is the Tyson Fury card. I was asking if you guys would like to do a fight viewing party. Like, I'm going to post polls all over my social media. By the way, follow me across social media. So put it up. Because I do want to throw parties. Like, I want to throw like a fight watching party. Like on Zoom though. Like not on here, because I want to be able to do this. Like, oh wait, hold on. Why am I switching the whole computer? I can just switch the camera. So like I want to be able to be like talking to y'all while watching the fights, right? So yeah, like I don't know if we could do that. Or if you guys would be interested in that, like just making a group, like a Zoom or like some sort of group, so that we can go live and just watch the fights together. And obviously, you don't have to be there the whole time. Like I'll just have it on, and you guys can come in and out. But I was thinking of doing that with fights that I'm not covering, right? Like I'm not covering this fight in Saudi Arabia. I'm not going to Saudi Arabia. Jessica McCaskill, my adopted homegirl. I feel like Canelo took crazy. But how? Like, why? Why do you think he did it? If he took it easy on him, why do you think he did it? Why do you think? What would be the motive behind Canelo taking it easy on Munguia? Like, what like that's what I'm generally like. What I want to the people who say that, right? That he held them up and all that. Let's see if we can watch that clip again. Let's see. Right where he's supposedly holding Munguia up. To me, it's just like, why? He predicted himself. I don't know. I feel like Canelo was tired, but also he like literally walked all the way back, gave him the whole time to like recover. That was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, but at the same time, why? Like, what is the motive?
Changed everything.
So like, yeah, he turns him around, and then he just, why not land another uppercut right there? That's what I'm saying. Like, you could have landed another sick ass uppercut or brought it back upstairs, and he didn't. You got Peso Pluma in the back, all excited, across the pond boxing. So yeah, I'm gonna follow me on social medias because that's where I'll be talking more about where I would be, posting the link. And I'll probably post it on my community too on YouTube. I got memberships now. If you guys are into that, someone suggested that I do that, so I am. Starting at $1.99 per month. I feel like don't feel obligated to ever, but I am covering more fights now. I am, the next fight I'm gonna cover for sure is the Tank versus Frank Martin fight, and then the Tank and the Benavides versus what's his name, Bostic fight. So yeah, I have like little memberships now, and then I'm making little funny reactions with the boxers' faces. So if you guys are into that, you guys can do that, but no obligation. But yeah, I don't know why he did that. I'm friends. Who said that? Are they friends? How? Canelo's like 33. Why would he be friends with like a 26-year-old? Canelo usually retires off. Yeah, but that's what I mean. What does he gain out of not doing that to him? He predicted an 8th round stoppage, right? He predicted an 8th round stoppage. So I would still want to get it done, even if it's the 12th round. Like I'd be like, no, I don't care if I was wrong about the round. I'm gonna still, especially because he knocked Kilipana on the 11th. Look, I forget Peso Pluma in the back, all excited, and then Canelo didn't even finish it. How dare you, Canelo? You got Peso Pluma all excited for nothing. So I can see why people say that. I can see why people would, think that, because it is very sus. Like that, what are you doing? But also, why? So I think the good thing is that Canelo, is gonna, if Canelo fights Berlanga next, I'm gonna be there because Matchroom credentials me. If he fights in PBC next, I can be there because PBC credentials me. So I'm gonna try to get you guys an answer this next time, and I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be the only one to ask him. If anything, I think that's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be a good place for me to campaign. I've been trying to
I
get
just
time.
feel like at this point, it doesn't make sense for him to. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. But again, I think the trick for Jaime to stay relevant is to keep fighting the good fights, right? Like to not let this be like, okay, yeah, I got my Canelo payday, and now everything revolves around me. Now if other fighters want to fight me, they gotta, it's gotta be on my terms. So I hope that he's open to more big fights, and that'd be amazing. But yes, I'm gonna be posting. Follow me on whatever below you can. Like, I don't know, not everybody has platforms like this, but if you do, follow me on there because I am going to be giving more details on where we're going live. Like, I want to do a Zoom. Like, I want to create a Zoom link, or maybe even through here, because here you guys can join. You guys don't have to join with cameras and stuff, but we can all talk, right? And it doesn't have to be recorded or on YouTube, period. We can just meet here on this platform, right? I will send you guys a link. You guys don't need an account. You would just like click the link, right, and be on the account. Um, and obviously the rules would just be don't be a dick, right? Don't be a dick. Let's all watch the fights together. Let's get our little drinks. Let's get our little snacks. Let's watch a day of boxing together, and not, and that's kind of what I want to do. Like, not on YouTube, just kind of like us. But let me know if you guys will be open to that. I will be like, I'm trying to go live once a week, but I don't know what day works better for people. I know that there's other sports, right? I personally like to watch baseball, so I wouldn't mind being live while there's baseball in the back, just like I'm live now while there's boxing in the back. But I just want to know what would be better. So do put that, you know, do be on the lookout for, I guess, a little poll where I ask. How about, oh, well, Boots is fighting Crowley, right, in June, in Philly, in July, in Philly. So that's gonna be a good one. I don't want to talk about Boots versus Crawford because Crawford is now 154 and Boots has the IBF at 147. So like, I usually don't like talking about fights that are like the guys are not even in the same weight class. But I think right now Crawford would still be Boots. at either 154 or 147. But Boots is definitely on the come up. I think Boots is one of my favorite fighters that are on the come up and one of my favorite current champions. So I'm excited to see him against Crowley. I wish I could go to Philly, but that's the same day and the same weekend that I have to go to Mexico. So I'm not going to be able to go to Philly for that. But that's freaking sick of Eddie Hearn to make it a homecoming. You guys want to see my neighbor's cat? Hold on. Oh my god. There's a cat. Oh, now it's upside down. What I do? I'm upside down. Nobody wants to fight. Nobody wants to fight Boots. Yes, that was a high. That's what you call high risk, low reward. Boots is definitely high risk, low reward. That's definitely how you do it. So yes, let's get together for May 18th this weekend. Maybe I'll go live for the Lomachenko fight on here just to like shoot the shits. And if you guys want to join, we can. Again, the only thing I ask is that you guys keep it respectful, right? Don't be rude to one another and don't be rude to me. Obviously, I'll kick y'all asses out. The cat's just staring at me now, so I feel like I have to leave. I feel like it's telling me that I need to shut up already about boxing. But yes, follow me. I also have a weekly newsletter. If you guys just if you guys are new to the channel, I am a writer. I am a journalist, right? I cover boxing. So I do have a newsletter every Monday, XicanaBoxing.com. It's just one email a week. I don't spam. I don't like any of that shit. So I just send out a newsletter every week like, hey, this is what happened in boxing. And it's at XicanaBoxing.com. You can sign up or you can just go there every Monday and just all our social medias. And I'll be bringing you guys more interviews. I'm trying to visit Bam Rodriguez. He just had his press conference today. So I'm going to try to go to RGBA and try to get an interview with Bam because that would be a really good interview to get before his fight. That's another fight that I'm going to. Is that June 1st? When is the Bam versus... That's another fight that I'm covering. The Bam versus Gallo fight. And that fight's going to be so good. When is that? I already applied for credentials to fight. Oh no, June 29th. Okay. I applied for credentials for things without even checking the freaking date. I'm just like, count me in. I see a good fight. I'm like, count me in. I don't even check when is it. Bam is a beast. So I'm gonna be there. If you're gonna be in June, I'm gonna be very busy. I think for May, that's it. For coverage goes. Because I think the rest of the fights are in like Saudi Arabia and like somewhere else. Like I think there's like Texas cards. I think May. Let's before I leave because I've been saying I got it. But let's look at the schedule for May because that's it. Like I think that's it. They have a card in Mexico. Rocky Hernandez. He's the guy that lost to Oshaki Foster, but then he hurt Oshaki Foster. That was like the guy. I think that got round of the year last year. Oshaki Foster versus Eduardo Rocky Hernandez. So Rocky Hernandez has like a really good style. And then Erika Cruz versus it's a women's card, junior featherweight. And then the next Saturday, that's the one I want to go live for Usyk if you guys want to do it. And then the Navarrete fight. The Navarrete fight. Top Rank doesn't credential me. I don't know why. Top Rank just doesn't like me. So I don't cover Top Rank fights, but we can go live and like talk about it. And then Leeds, England, Josh Taylor, Cataract. I don't really care about any of that. No offense. Quebec, I'm gonna watch Mbili just because I want to watch Mbili. I think that's a fighter who is at 168 that I would like to see develop. I think Benavides talked something about him recently, so I would like to see how he looks. That way we can, see where we put him. But that's about it. May, I'm done with covering boxing in May. June, I will be at. I wish I was at Puerto Rico on June 15th. But I will be at the Tank Davis June 15th at the Tank Davis versus Frank Martin fight. and I will be in Arizona in June. So if you're gonna be at those fights, say hi to me and be nice to me and buy me a drink, maybe, or some hot Cheetos, or a pretzel, or whatever is in the concession stands. But I do also have very high hopes for Bam, and I think that's gonna be a really one of those really good passing of the torch fights, but also be good if like they drop each other. I don't know. Estrada, he's already older, and I feel like he's on his way out. So let me know what else you guys think, and tell your friends, right? Tell your friends. There's this boxing channel, Xicana Boxing. They have interviews. They have behind the scene content whenever there's fights. So tell them to follow me. We hit 10K. I'm really excited. Thanks to everybody who subscribed because we finally hit 10K. Right? I started uploading more around August, and I started posting consistently since February. And we finally hit 10K. So I appreciate you guys for that. And follow me across social media, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you. And subscribe, tell your friends, XicanaBoxing.com, Xicana Boxing on TikTok, Instagram, everything. You name it, XicanaBoxing.com. I'll see you guys on the next one.